I'm gonna use this for you to understand one thing. That's the first thing. You guys, many of you guys are thinking that, okay, so step number one for me to improve my hormones is by taking pills. I need to take pills because I think that's the only solution. I have tried like so many diets and my problem are my hormones. My hormones are the issue for me. That's why I'm struggling to lose weight. That's for sure. And then this is your day. I'm gonna give an example of your day that you are thinking. I'm gonna even take off my glasses. So check it out. You go to your kitchen and then you are cleaning your dishes, right? Washing the dishes. And then you are thinking, yes, I'm not losing weight because it's my hormones for sure. Something is going wrong on my hormones. And then while you are washing the dishes, you are creating a hormonal imbalance. The first example of creating hormonal imbalance is when you are washing the dishes because you didn't pay attention that what? That some chemical products, for example, the detergent that you buy for you to wash the dishes, it's really high with some compounds that we consider estrogen, synthetic estrogen that we call xenoestrogens. What does it mean? It means that you are increasing a synthetic version of estrogen that you are absorbing from your skin because you're not paying attention, you're not using gloves, for example, and while you are cleaning the dishes, you are increasing the estrogen, but the wrong way. And that's one example, guys. It's one simple example that every single day, for how long are you doing this? For how long that you don't pay attention to the detergent, the other products, chemical products that you buy for you to clean your house, for example. You never pay attention to that. You never use your gloves to protect against those substances that will absorb in your skin. For how long? Are you doing this are you cleaning your dishes for 1 week? Are you cleaning your dishes for 1 month? No, for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, most of you more than 20 years, right? Imagine what you are causing to your body. Your body is super resilient. When you used to do this 20 years ago, you're not creating that hormonal imbalance because your body, why? You can ask me, okay, but now I'm 40 years old. 20 years ago, I always used to do all the things and I never had any hormonal imbalance. I never had any hormone issue. But why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm talking about the first example of a hormone, your estrogen hormone, right? That you can create that imbalance because of external estrogen, synthetic estrogen that we call xenoestrogen. But when you are 20 years old, your body has a huge capacity of detoxify those extra estrogens. And then when you are 20 years old, you are doing many wrong things, but because your body was super resilient and the mechanism of detoxification, to detoxify from your stools, from your feces, the excess of the estrogen hormone, everything was working great, amazing. But now you are 40, now you are 35, now you are 50 years old. Now, the mechanism of detoxification is not the same. Your body is not having the exactly same capacity of control and try to balance all your hormones, right? Because I'm talking about here, the first hormone is about estrogen. So that the ratio that you need to have of estrogen and progesterone, you need to have that balanced, the right ratio. But because of some details, your gut microbiome is weak because of the connection between your estrogen hormone and your gut that we call estrogen gut axis. And because you're not paying attention to those chemicals, you're not eating, I'm going to tell you the kind of foods that you guys need to eat for you to improve that ratio of estrogen hormone and progesterone hormone. So stay with me. Only those people who will stay with me will get that, okay? Something simple, guys, that if you apply every single day, you can improve your results a lot. You can balance your hormones a lot. But check this out. Imagine, today you are cleaning the dishes and then you are thinking, okay, my problem is my hormones, for sure. I'm not losing weight because of my hormones. And then you are accumulating, you are increasing synthetic estrogen. That's bad. You're increasing that difference between your estrogen hormone and your progesterone. Plus, and then you stop you finish everything in your kitchen, and then you go to your work. And then inside the office, you think, that my problem is my hormones. And then you are working, my problem is my hormones. And then you are spending the whole day inside the office. You are not getting a bright light. You are not getting the sunlight, because that's another thing that's affecting not one hormone, not two hormones. It's affecting many, many, many hormones, right? To create that balance. Just by the fact that you are not going outdoors. If, for example, the whole day you spend only 10 minutes getting the bright light, getting the sunlight. You have 24 hours. And then you just spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because that's your break in your lunchtime. You need to eat, and then you eat fast. And then just that time you have the bright light. Guys, you're going to create hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance, why? Because I'm going to tell the hormones, for example, the cortisol and your melatonin and all the hormones, something fall down here, and all the hormones that will be controlled by the sunlight as well. And then imagine that day, you are doing this, you are inside the office, by having that, creating hormonal imbalance because you're not getting the sunlight. Another situation, you are having an argument with someone just in your mind, so you are getting stressed out, you are creating another hormonal imbalance. Can you guys understand that? That everything that you are doing throughout the day, since when you wake up until you go to bed, you guys are the responsible to create a hormonal balance or hormonal imbalance. You guys are the responsible for you to do that. Especially when your body is not having the capacity to detoxify some extra hormones, for example, your estrogens, synthetic estrogens, right? That is not functioning anymore, and then you need to detoxify them. It's crucial. But your body is not having the capacity of detoxification. That's why you guys should focus on what? Improving the capacity of detoxification as well. For what? To create a hormonal balance, to modulate your hormones. Do you understand that? That's super important, guys. That's going to be crucial for you to understand how to modulate, how to control your hormones. I'm going to tell you the hormones that are affecting your weight loss and what you should do. Guys, one thing that I want you to know, because I want you guys to do, that's super important. So go to this airplane here and share this live with some of your friends, because you know that many people are struggling with hormonal issues, right? Many people are struggling to lose belly fat, lose weight. So do this favor, not only a favor to me or to you, but to the person that you feel that the person needs help as well, right? Because you're getting all the tips here, you're understanding, you're clarifying your mind. It's super important you help your friend to understand that as well, because some people will live their whole life without understanding their bodies, without knowing how to balance their hormones, without always feeling frustrated, and you can be the responsible to help that person. So just do this favor to you, to me, and to the person that you're gonna share. So go to this airplane here, check it out, and then you share to 3 friends, 5 friends. Just click here, and then you choose, pick the friends, and then send. Super easy. And then let me know who did this, because that's important. Delafit did. Awesome. Yeah, I did. Yeah, do this, guys, because that's going to be super important for you to learn, and for your friend, someone in your family, learn how to do that. You have no idea. It's not only you that are that is struggling with that. I talk to so many women every single day. Many women are struggling with that. So it's going to be important, okay? All right, so time to take notes. Let's talk about your estrogen hormone. For you to understand, let me open this. Your estrogen hormone, guys, you know that, check this out. I'm going to talk about if you have estrogen dominance, right? That's the first situation. Some women, check this out. Some women, they are in postmenopause, but they still have estrogen dominance. Thiago, what do you mean? So are you telling me that even if I'm postmenopause, are you telling me that I still can have estrogen dominance even if I'm struggling? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But what do I mean by that? It means that when you're in postmenopause, your estrogen hormone, your progesterone hormone will decrease, right? But what's the problem? The problem is when this ratio between estrogen and progesterone increases a lot. Like the difference of your progesterone, your estrogen drops when you're in postmenopause, but your progesterone drops much more. That imbalance, that's huge difference. Even if your estrogen after your postmenopause is lower, but your progesterone is much, much lower. What does it mean? It means that you have, even in postmenopause, you have estrogen dominance anyways. What's your goal? Okay, so tell me what's the solution for that? I want something natural. Tell me first the natural strategy for me to modulate that ratio, to balance more my hormones. Because maybe that's my case, that's my situation. So for you guys to understand, step number one for you to modulate that ratio will be some kind of foods because of some nutrients, right? So for example, for you guys who are struggling, for example, you have hormonal imbalance, you feel that, and the symptoms, now you're having depression, you have some symptoms of anxiety, you're having like hot flashes, right? And you feel that your estrogen hormone is not right. So you feel you're having estrogen dominance, for example, even in premenopause or in postmenopause. You have that estrogen dominance. Your progesterone is too low. Step number one, take notes. You need to eat more cruciferous. Step number one, right? So there are some kind of foods that are crucial that you need to do for you to increase. And what's the goal? When you are eating more cruciferous, you have a compound, the name is indole-3-carbinol. And the indole-3-carbinol that you find in cruciferous will turn into DIN, so D-I-N. So you don't need to memorize that name. But for you to understand that because of those compounds, it will help modulate your estrogen. Because they are cruciferous, you find the name is phytoestrogens. Because we have, remember what I told you guys, a synthetic estrogen that's bad for you, that's called xenoestrogens, that you find in your detergent when you are washing the dishes, for example. Remember that? In all the chemical products that you buy and you are absorbing that bad estrogen that you are consuming, like xenoestrogens, that's one thing, that's bad. The more you have this, the more problems you're going to have. You're creating more hormone imbalance. I'm not talking about this kind of one. I'm talking about, because these ones, they are just mimicking. It's like just synthetic. This one that I'm talking about, that you find in cruciferous, they are called phytoestrogens. They are going to help modulate, because, take notes, you have 3 types of estrogen hormone, you women. So we remember that men produce as well. We have estrogen, remember that. But for you women, so you have estradiol, estrone, and estriol, right? So you have those 3, and you need to have the balance as well of those types of estrogen. When you are eating more cruciferous, another thing that you need to eat is, for example, flax seeds. When you are eating those kind of foods, cruciferous, like what? Like what, Thiago? Cabbage, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, and then cruciferous, and also, for example, flax seeds. You are modulating that, right? You are modulating. You are creating, like, for you to understand, you are modulating the bad estrogen, the most dangerous estrogen, that if you have a lot, you can even have cancer. And you are modulating the good ones and the bad ones, right? Do you understand that? So you are modulating the estradiol, estrone, and estriol, just because of that. Increase the cruciferous, but guys, check this out. But remember this is so interesting. Oh, promise to me that you're going to remember this forever. Okay? Promise that you're going to remember this forever. So check this out. The problem with that, it's because most of you guys don't have the capacity yet to increase the intake of cruciferous in your food. Why? Many of you guys, if you start doing this today, increase the portions of your cruciferous. If you increase a lot, okay, now I'm going to try to modulate, to improve my hormones, my estrogen, and my progesterone as well. I'm going to eat more cruciferous. I'm going to do this. What's the problem? Most of you guys, your body is not having the capacity yet to digest and absorb those cruciferous. Why? Because most of them are high FODMAP. Tell, what do you mean? That high FODMAP, that I cannot eat those cruciferous if I decide to eat now. Why? Because you destroyed your gut microbiome so bad, and you didn't pay attention to that, to how was your digestive system. And now, those kind of foods, they're high FODMAP. They tend to ferment in your intestine for longer time. What does it mean? It means that if your gut microbiome is not strong enough, if your levels of inflammation are not low enough, and your digestive system is not working properly enough, if you increase like crazy more cruciferous, you can have high FODMAP, you can have like digestive issues even more. I have people who started eating more. People who eat cabbage, they feel bloated. People who eat a lot of broccoli, they feel stomach pain. They have stomach pain, right? But why? It's because of that. You didn't prepare your body first for you to increase the cruciferous intake. Do you guys understand how deep is? You need to connect the dots, right? That's why a solution is never a solution for everybody at the same time. You need to wait. You need to go to the one phase. I teach this in my program. So we always teach our clients how to do this, like phase 1, phase 2, because you learn how to prepare your gut microbiome first, strengthen your digestive system first, reduce the inflammation first, right? And then you're going to start to incorporate any kind of foods, including cruciferous as well, right? Because that's one of the things for you to modulate your hormones, for example, your estrogen, like I told you, to modulate your progesterone as well, right? Because they are phytoestrogens. And plus, check it out. Another reason, cruciferous, you need to wait for the right time for you to consume. Once your gut is strong, once you're not having digestive issues anymore with cruciferous, because you're not having problems with high FODMAP foods. Once you fix that, I explain this in my program. So once you fix that, you start increasing the intake of your cruciferous and flax seeds. Flax seeds is one of the food that you can start already increasing today as well, right? But another reason cruciferous will be crucial, why? Is because of what? Remember that I told you guys that your body needs to get rid of the excess of estrogen. Remember that? Because if your body has not the capacity to get rid of this excess of estrogen, what's going to happen? You're going to create the imbalance, right? You're going to have a lot of estrogen and too low, your progesterone will be too low. That ratio is going to be terrible. But your body will do this, will create that detoxification only if your body is having a great mechanism of detoxifying those things, right? Any substance, any molecule that is not serving anymore, your body will have the capacity to put it out. But that's why cruciferous, nowadays we know, they are powerful to help your body to detoxify the toxins faster and better, right? But you guys understand that there is an order for you to do this. Otherwise, if you decide today I'm gonna eat like crazy more cruciferous to modulate my hormones, bad idea for most of you guys, because they are high FODMAP. You need to prepare your gut first. All right. So, but remember, you need to keep in mind, because that's going to be crucial for you, right? Another thing, let me drink water. Guys, check this out. This is going to be super important for you. So that you need to know that. And then I'm going to tell you another solution for you as well. I don't want to forget anything. Yes, and then check it out. There are some strategies, extra strategies that you can do as well. But like I told you, you need to prepare your body first for you to do this. It's like what? There are one supplement, for example, that is a hormone, and that some people can take, right? If their bodies are prepared, is called like DHEA. Because DHEA is a precursor for your body to produce more estrogen and testosterone, right? It improves, right, that production. And if you are taking DHEA, you can help your body, stimulate your body to produce more testosterone and estrogen. Remember that testosterone is crucial for you to, when you have good levels of testosterone, like normal levels that all women should have, it's super important for weight loss as well. Remember, step number 1 for you to lose weight and keep your weight off is when your hormones are balanced. You're having good levels. The ratio between one and another one are fine. The problem is when you create that imbalance. The problem is because once one single hormone is not balanced, is not in a good levels, this hormone can mess up all the hormones, can create more imbalance for all the hormones as well. I'm going to tell you one hormone that you guys can control to release more or release less, that this specific hormone can destroy many other hormones, can deplete many other hormones. I'm going to talk about that, so stay tuned. This hormone is going to be crucial if you want to improve your regulate your testosterone, your estrogen, your progesterone, and because of that to lose weight and keep your weight off, especially to lose your belly fat. This specific hormone is creating easily belly fat in your body, right? It's prioritizing more visceral fat around your midsection. I'm going to tell you which hormone is that and what you should do for you to solve that issue. But check this out. This supplement DHEA can help you, right? But before you take that, the first thing, remember what I told you, same thing with cruciferous, same thing with all the foods. You need to prepare imagine that your body is like imagine that you want to go on a trip. You want to go on a trip, right? And then you need to use your car. Imagine that your car is like your body, right? And then you're planning to go on a trip, the car, and then you, for example, imagine that the destination, the city that you want to go, will be the goal that you want to achieve. For example, lose your belly fat. But what's the problem? Your car, you forgot to put gas in the car. The car is really dirty, right? The wheels, you didn't change, you forgot to change the wheels of your car. Got it? So you need to change some, and you need to improve your car first for you to start driving and go to the final destination. The same thing is with your body. It doesn't make sense. Those supplements, those strategies that I'm telling you, for example, the DHEA, if you take that without fixing the car first, it will not solve the issue. Because you're thinking about one simple thing. But remember what I told you, your body is holistic. Everything is affecting your hormones. And one single hormone is affecting many other hormones. Many other hormones, right? So that's the reason why you need to first fix the car, change the wheels, right? Put the gas in the car. So remember, the car is the body. And then once the car is ready to drive, for you to drive, then you, boom, go to your destination. And then you're going to arrive faster because you're going to take supplements like this, like DHEA. You're going to increase even more cruciferous, right? You're going to increase foods like flaxseed because it will help to modulate. I'm going to tell you all the things that you can improve your hormones, balance your hormones. But remember, can you guys understand the step by step? There is an order, guys. There is an order for you to do everything, for you to solve your issue. Because if you do like crazy, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to eat that, I'm going to solve that, at the same time combined, terrible idea. You're going to destroy, you're going to feel even more frustrated. Because something that you were expecting to work, it will not work. Because you're not following the step by step. There is an order for you to do anything. It's like a cake. If you're going to make a beautiful cake, there is a right ingredient at the right time that you need to put the ingredients, right? At the right time. If you mess up, if you put in the wrong order the ingredients, the cake will be what? Will not be delicious, will not be great. You need to learn how to put at the right time, in the right ingredients, in the right amount. Do you understand that? This is crucial. But let's talk about the progesterone and the estrogen. Did you guys understand? And testosterone, guys. Remember, check this out. I think that's the most important part of the, let me see who is talking. Many people are messaging here. Guys, any question, just let me know here because I'm gonna read all your message soon. So stay with me. Check this out. You guys should have balanced estrogen, progesterone, testosterone as well. There are many other hormones, right? But those hormones, check it out what happens. You produce those hormones, you women, in your adrenal glands, in your ovaries, right? That's super important. And for example, estrogen, one part of them you produce in your fat, the adipose tissue. So, and then you can ask me, Thiago, are you telling me that the more fat I have in my body, the more estrogen I can have and I can create that imbalance? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So just for you to pay attention that once you're losing weight as well, it's one of the ways for you to modulate your hormones, one of them, your estrogen as well, right? So, but for you to know, then you are producing your testosterone as well, right? In your ovaries. So you produce testosterone, a low amount in your ovaries. But testosterone is crucial because when you're in postmenopause, it drops. And this is affecting as well your weight loss, your belly fat. That's why one solution, something simple that you can start already focusing on for you to increase and modulate your testosterone is by what? Is by doing resistance training in high intensity. Because many people think, okay, I'm gonna just do my workout, I'm gonna do this workout here, I'm gonna just walk. And then walking, amazing, great job, you are doing great. I walk every single day. But what's the problem? All the benefits, including balancing your hormones, regulate your testosterone, for example, stimulate your body to produce more testosterone, especially if you're struggling to lose weight, especially if you are in premenopause or in postmenopause, you need high intensity. You need high intensity. Even if you work out for 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. Thiago, I just have 10 minutes to work out. It doesn't matter. Intensity. High intensity and resistance training is crucial for you to create more testosterone in your body. I'm talking about with you women, okay? I'm talking for you that. Another thing, check it out. Another thing that you need to do. Check this out. Now, that's the most important part of the life. You have your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, right? Crucial for you to create that balance. Check what happens. Your adrenal glands that produce your cortisol as well, your estrogen as well, and for you women, your testosterone as well. It's not only your ovaries, it's your adrenal glands as well. Your adrenal glands, you produce cortisol, right? Cortisol, remember? The stress hormone. Check what happens. Your body will always prioritize, if you are stressed out, when you're stressed out, your body will always prioritize to use the cholesterol. Remember the cholesterol? High cholesterol, low cholesterol, remember? LDL, HDL, that you guys always check in your bloodstream, when you do exams, a blood test. Your body will transform this cholesterol in estrogen or testosterone, right? It will convert, it will produce, right? And what's the problem with that? Your body has the capacity to, instead of producing more estrogen, instead of producing more testosterone, because you are super stressed out, just because of that, you are just giving the command to your body to say, body, I'm too stressed out now. Instead of converting, producing more estrogen and testosterone, I need for you to increase more cortisol. So just because you're getting stressed out, you're having an argument with your husband, with your partner, instead of teaching your body to create more testosterone and estrogen, you are teaching your body to create more cortisol instead. So the resource of producing those hormones that are going to be great for you, that you need, especially if you're in postmenopause, you are giving the wrong command. And then your body is producing more cortisol. Guys, when you're having high levels of cortisol every single time because you're stressed out, you're not learning how to control your stress, control your cortisol, your body, your progesterone depletes. And imagine if you're postmenopause. You already have low levels of progesterone. You already have low levels of estrogen. You already have low levels of testosterone. And at the same time, you are stimulating your body to create more cortisol, more stress, because you are having argument, because you always overthink about your problems, right? Because while you are washing the dishes, you are thinking about your problems. And then you are increasing, you are giving the command of creating more cortisol. Because of that, you are depleting your progesterone. You are depleting your estrogen. You are depleting your testosterone. What does it mean? You're going to tend to accumulate more fat. Especially where? Here in your midsection. Why? Because it's visceral fat, right? Because it's visceral fat. The most dangerous fat is the visceral fat. The visceral fat. It's not the subcutaneous fat. But you are giving guys, that's the point. It's because you are giving the wrong command to your body every single day. And you're not doing this for one day. You're doing this for every single year. Every single year you're doing that, right? That's why I'm going to tell you the solution. One quick tip that you guys should take notes for you to start doing already tomorrow. I'm going to tell you something super easy for you to modulate your cortisol. Because by modulating your cortisol, your hormone cortisol, this will create a balance for your estrogen, for your testosterone, for your progesterone as well. Do you understand that? So remember what I told you guys at the beginning, that there is one hormone that is affecting in creating hormonal imbalance for for your in your entire body. Remember that? Which hormone is that? Cortisol. And now I'm gonna tell you what you should do to control your cortisol as fast as possible. Because that's what you need to do like today already. Okay? Let me drink more water because I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. I'm speaking too loud. Now you need to take notes. Tiago, tell me, okay, so now I understood. So are you telling me that my high levels of stress, my cortisol is affecting the production of estrogen, of progesterone, of testosterone in my body, and because of that, because it's depleting all my hormones, because of that, I'm struggling 10 times more to lose weight, and especially to lose my belly fat. That's what you're telling me? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Solution, take notes. When you have an argument, I'm going to give you 2 tips. I have in my program the anti-stress protocol that I teach my clients, okay? But I'm going to give you just like 2 tips, quick tip, because otherwise I made a live talking about stress. So you guys should watch. Tip number 1. When you have the argument with your partner, when you have a bad situation, something that's happening, going on, argument with your boss or anybody, at that same time, your priority number 1 is to leave the environment, leave the place, leave the room. I'm having an argument with my wife, because of this, because of that, you didn't pay the bills, and blah, blah, blah. I'm just giving an example. And then, after you finish the argument, the fight, boom, leave the house, go to another place, walk. Why? Number 1 reason, it's powerful. Many people do this without thinking about it. It's just your body telling you, okay, do this. Many people do this because it's just a natural mechanism that your body gives the sign, the command. So why? When you are going out, when you are moving your body, I said this to my clients, just by the fact that you are moving, nowadays we know, you had an argument, now your cortisol is spiking, boom, and then you are depleting, affecting your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, all the good hormones that you need for you to lose weight, you lose more belly fat. What's the solution to reduce that? When you are having that we call visual flow, optic flow, just by the fact that you are seeing the things moving around you. Let's say you are walking, right? So walk, and then you are looking at the trees, you are looking at everything around you moving. We call this optic flow, visual flow, do the stimulus to your amygdala, one part of the brain that's responsible to create more stress, stress, anxiety, right? It's like to create an alarm in your whole body. When you're looking at things moving, because you're walking, especially if you're jogging, if you are cycling, if you are even doing fast, it's even better. But moving, okay? So that's why, go walking. Because of that, you're gonna quiet the nerves, the neurons in the amygdala to quiet, to calm down, to relax. And because of that, physiologically, you're going to reduce your cortisol. You're going to feel less stressed out. And because of that, you're helping all the other hormones that's affecting what? Your belly fat, that's affecting your weight gain. Do you understand that? So, guys, step number 1, had an argument, have any problem, boom, leave the room, go outdoors and move. You need to see the environment, and the farther better. Optic flow, it's crucial to reduce your stress and reduce your anxiety. Okay? This is one reason. Reason number 2 is what? Go outdoors. Because of what? Especially try to do a quick workout, even later if you can. Why? Because nowadays we know that when you increase your heart rate goes up. It's another mechanism, physiology, just for you to stimulate your body, to give the command to what? To control your anxiety and stress. And because of that, just because you're increasing your heart rate, remember that the stimulus that you had in an argument with your partner or boss, your heart rate increased, right? But that's not the right way. The right way when you're giving the right command is when you're doing an exercise, for example, jogging, like simple, something simple. Start jump, boom. For 5 minutes. Some papers showing that 5 minutes already can reduce your anxiety when you had any issue. So some situations, for example, my wife, she was super nervous, super anxious because she had to present her thesis in the university. I told her, Luana, go to the bathroom, go to the toilet, do some push-ups, or some start jump, boom, 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 boom. Do high knees, like soft, everything soft, just to increase your heart rate. You're gonna reduce your anxiety and stress. You're gonna present much better, much more. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna calm down. She did that, she crushed it, right? You guys should do the same. Every time, if you want to reduce your cortisol, like control your stress, for you to improve all the hormones, do what I'm telling you. Another thing, besides the exercise, is you need to prepare your body in advance. Everybody who reacts to the problem without preparing their bodies in advance, they have like 1,000 times more problems, right? The solution number one for you to deal with the situation, for you to control your stress, your cortisol, that is affecting all the hormones that are crucial for you, is by preparing in advance. How? Tiago, how can I improve my cortisol, my hormone cortisol, for me to improve all the other hormones, for me to lose my belly fat? How? Step number one, I said this already. I told you guys already. For you to modulate, one of the ways for you to modulate your cortisol is from the sunlight, from the bright light. So when you wake up, your number one goal is to get the sunlight as fast as you can. Because that's the step number one for you to modulate your cortisol. Your cortisol will spike in the morning, 6, 8 a.m., and then you are teaching your body, giving the right command to modulate your cortisol. Do you understand that? In the morning. And then that's another reason, when you are working, try to stay in front of the window. Because it's not only because of the skin. I told you guys that's because of your retina, right? So when you are working in the office, always prioritize to stay in front of the window to get the bright light. Every time that you have your lunchtime, go to the sun. Go to a shadow. No, you don't need to stay like 1 hour getting the sunlight in your skin. But go to a place that you are seeing the sunlight. Because by doing this, you are modulating your hormone, cortisol, that is the number one hormone that's destroying all the other hormones that's affecting your weight loss and your belly fat. Right? And plus, remember what I told you guys? Remember that you have receptors sensitive to cortisol in your belly fat, in your visceral fat. Remember that? So that's why it's crucial, guys. If you ask, Tiago, what's my priority number one for me to help all my hormones? Reduce your cortisol hormone. Because this specific hormone is depleting all the hormones, okay? That's one thing. So do you guys understand the solution? I cannot talk about all the details because there are many things that I could tell about how to control your cortisol. But that's one quick tip, guys, that you can start doing already today, right? Prepare your body in advance, in the morning, get more the sunlight, do your exercise to control your stress and anxiety, to control your cortisol, right? And the more sunlight you get throughout the day, the more you are modulating your cortisol. And because of that, you are modulating your what? One of the crucial hormones, another hormone that's super important for your weight loss is what? Melatonin hormone. Your melatonin, the hormone responsible for you to sleep deep, for you to sleep well. Because without sleeping well, you know, if you don't sleep well one single day, you are just giving the command to your body to create more belly fat. I'm going to tell you why. Because everything's connected, right? Each hormone is affecting other hormones. So because of that, if your cortisol is not regulated, your melatonin is not regulated, you're affecting as well your insulin hormone. That's another thing. If you ask me, Tiago, what are the main hormones responsible to create exactly belly fat? I'm going to tell you, it's cortisol and insulin. Cortisol and insulin. So the good news is because you guys can modulate the cortisol and the insulin. You guys can. Every single day, based on everything that you're doing, you guys can control those two hormones that are the most, they affect the most your belly fat, because it's visceral fat. Do you understand that? And once you modulate them, you are helping your estrogen, you are helping your progesterone, you are helping your testosterone. Do you understand that? So that's why you need to focus on that. You guys should focus on that. Let me tell you one thing. Let me see first the questions. Hold on. Let me see questions. Give me questions, guys. Let me see here. Going through menopause is very hard. Yeah. So Ili asked, what about if you are going through menopause? It's very hard to regulate the hormones. Yes, Ili, it's like I told you, but I'm gonna tell you something extra now for you to remember forever. Of course,
You will never have the same levels of progesterone, of estrogen when you're in postmenopause. You will never. You can never expect to have the same levels, right, of those hormones compared to 20 years ago. You know that, okay, that's one thing. But you can improve them. And step number one for you to improve them is by modulating your cortisol, because that's the hormone that can deplete even more. Imagine you have like, it's low already. Your hormones are low, and then you are still stimulating your body, giving the command, body, decrease even more those hormones, because I'm increasing my cortisol, because I'm super stressed out. So make sure to decrease even more my hormones. You are giving the wrong command. But the extra tip that you need to do is, nowadays we know, remember what I told you? Your gut microbiome, the bacteria, the group of bacteria in your gut microbiome, when they are regulated, they are regulating your estrogen hormone as well, your testosterone as well, right? Remember what I told you, the estrogen gut axis, the connection, everything. Remember what I told you, that those hormones, guys, they are messengers. They are messengers. They will go to your bloodstream. Some organs in your body, for example, the adrenal glands, your ovaries, produce the hormone and then go to your bloodstream, and then it will find the receptors, some receptors in your cells, and the hormone will try to find the right receptor to match. It should match, right? And if you're not having a balanced microbiota that we call inside your gut, a great range of good bacteria, bad bacteria, everything is not functioning properly, you are going to have that imbalance as well in those message of your hormones. The hormones will be like, for you to understand, it's going to be like messed up. And you're going to have too much estrogen, too little progesterone, and then that you're going to have that imbalance. One of the reasons is because of your gut microbiome as well. The good news is what? You cannot control to have super high levels, the same levels of progesterone and estrogen compared to 30 years ago, right? You cannot control that because you are aging. But you can control to improve all those hormones by strengthening your gut microbiome, by reducing all the inflammation in your body, because when you have a lot of inflammation, those signals, that function of your hormones, your estrogen going to the right place is going to be messed up as well, right? The detoxification, the mechanism of get rid of the extra estrogen to put out from your body is going to be messed up, because the toxins, your body is not having the conditions to detoxify because your gut microbiome is not functioning properly. So what you can control, that's what you need to focus on. You strengthen your gut microbiome. If you're in postmenopause, step number one, focus on controlling your cortisol, because it's the main hormone that can destroy many things, many hormones, right? That's what you should do. And let me tell you something that's super important as well. Let's say your progesterone hormone is super low. Some people, you need to be careful if you're gonna take pills. So remember that, guys. Taking pills, if you go to a doctor that's a traditional doctor that gives you synthetic progesterone, synthetic estrogen, that's the worst thing that you can do. Why? Because that's step number one, you're just increasing the chances of you having cancer sooner or later. You need to be super careful. The step number one for you to modulate your hormones when your progesterone is super low, let's suppose, I'm going to give you, was the time that you need to start thinking about going to the doctor to modulate your hormones the right way. I'm going to tell you which right way is that. But that's the last of the last option. First option is by doing everything that I told you guys, all the nutrients that I told you that you guys need, right? Everything. Once your gut microbiome is strong, once the inflammation in your body is lower, once your cortisol is more modulated because you are doing all the good things, the right things throughout the day, once you create the right environment inside your body, and even doing that, you are still having symptoms of low progesterone, for some women, that's going to be the time for them to go to the doctor, but don't go to a traditional doctor. You need to go to a great one. I'm going to tell you what's the right way. A great doctor will ask 1,000 exams to check like all the details of everything, including all the hormones, including your thyroid hormone, right? And then it cannot never be synthetic. It should be like a cream. A progesterone, the first thing, it should be in low amounts to see based on the blood, the exams that you took. You go to your doctor will check it out. Your doctor, a great doctor, will recommend. For example, let's suppose you have super low levels of estrogen. Your estrogen, you need to increase your estrogen hormone. A great doctor will emphasize bioidentical hormones. Bioidentical, never synthetic, that you take pills. If you are taking progesterone, estrogen, taking pills, synthetic one, you're going to have problems in the future. You are feeling better, right? Some people feel better, but it's just like something artificial because it's solving one issue but creating all the problems in your body. And sooner or later you have problems, even kind of cancers, okay? Type of cancers. So be careful with that. The right way, if you did everything that I told you, everything natural first, and you are still having progesterone and your estrogen are really low, what you should do, you go to the doctor, the right doctor will will recommend, based on all the exams that you did, a cream that's bioidentical. And for example, estradiol, remember what I told you? Your estrogen, you have 3 types, right? Estradiol, estrone, and estriol. A great doctor will ask you put estrogen or estradiol with estriol, because the estriol is an anti-cancer. So every time that you put, usually doctors ask to put like behind the knees. Behind the knees, you just put behind the knees and then you just put in your skin, like you keep putting, and then you avoid let this part touch in anything to avoid losing that, right? And avoid touching anybody else, because the hormone will absorb from your skin. But it should be with estradiol combined with estriol, right? And you constantly need to go to the doctor to keep checking, and always should be in super small amount, low amounts, to see how your body will react. Because when we talk about hormones, you need to be super careful, and especially when you are taking something extra. That's why step number 1 is focusing on everything that you can do, that you can control, like I told you, the cruciferous, the flax seeds, the gut microbiome, the inflammation that you need to reduce, the cortisol that you need to reduce. Once you fix this, and you are still struggling, you need to first make sure that someone needs to tell you that, okay, you did everything right, everything's perfect, your gut microbiome is super strong, but you are still having problems with your progesterone or your estrogen. And then you go to plan B. That's the last of the last option. Remember that. And it should be bioidentical. Okay? Be careful which doctors that you are going to, because if you are taking synthetic hormones, don't do this. Don't do that. Okay? Other questions here? Oh, okay. Who else? Awesome, guys. Yes, yeah, many people. Who else have questions? Okay, someone asked me, okay, great question. Thiago, what do you think about intermittent fasting? Let's talk about that. I'm going to tell you one hormone that's affecting your belly fat. And one hormone is the insulin hormone. I told you guys already in the last live talking about how to modulate and control your insulin for you to become insulin sensitive instead of insulin resistant. Remember that? I told you guys in the last live. One of the ways for you to modulate your insulin, because that's going to be crucial for you to reduce your belly fat, because insulin will affect your belly fat if you have insulin resistance, is by doing what? Doing intermittent fasting. That's why I highly recommend doing intermittent fasting, but guys, the right way. There are so many women, I see many women, I think like 90% of the clients, people who join my program, 90% are doing intermittent fasting the wrong way. Because intermittent fasting, for you to understand, is like that. You need to do the right protocol for you based on everything that you are doing. But intermittent fasting, you are reducing the inflammation in your body while you are fasting. You are becoming your body insulin sensitive while you are fasting. Amazing, great. But for you to have all the benefits of intermittent fasting, of your fasting, you need to know exactly how you're going to eat and what you're going to eat and the intake that you're going to eat after you stop your fasting. So imagine like it's a 50-50%. You're doing your fasting, great. Fast is amazing. No doubt about that anymore, right? Especially to reduce inflammation, especially to modulate your insulin hormone. But at the same time, for you to continue have all the benefits of insulin, intermittent fasting, you need to know exactly what you need to eat, how you need to eat, and how much you need to eat. That's crucial that many women make the mistake. And many women make the mistake of doing fasting every single day, Sunday to Sunday for 5 years. If they're trying, because the longer you fast, it's great, right? Even for autophagy, to reduce the inflammation, you are resting your digestive system, amazing. But the longer you are fasting, amazing for one side, but another side, you need to be even more careful with the essential nutrients that you are missing, that you can miss, easily miss during the day. Because some nutrients, some vitamins and minerals that affect your thyroid hormone, that affect your cortisol, that affect your progesterone, that affect your estrogen, that affect your insulin, some vitamins and minerals that affect all your hormones, you are missing every single day because you're doing 18 hours fasting and you don't know which nutrients that you need to put in your food, in your plate once you eat. That's a mistake that many women don't know how to do, and 90% of people who joined my program, before doing my program, they were doing intermittent fasting the wrong way, right? So I teach the right way, all the strategy in the program, my program. So if you want to know more about that, you let me know in the comments. But insulin is another hormone for you to improve. Another way for you to improve your insulin hormone, for you to help your belly fat, is by doing what? Guys, is by taking omega-3 fatty acids. Remember omega-3? High levels of DHA, high levels of EPA. Nowadays we know that if you have insulin resistance, you need to take omega-3. Because of that, to help modulate your insulin. Another reason, because omega-3 nowadays we know it reduces inflammation in your body, right? So everybody should take omega-3. Why? Because first thing, you never eat seafood, you never eat fish every single day. Plus, the food that we are eating nowadays is really poor in omega-3. Plus, we need to have a great ratio of omega-3, omega-6, omega-9. If we have that imbalance of consuming too much omega-6, for example, in other foods, even like in seeds, right? But we don't have enough omega-3, we have that imbalance. It's all about balance or imbalance, guys, including those nutrients. If you have that imbalance, a lot of omega-6 that you're consuming from food, you're not consuming a lot of omega-3, you need to take supplements. Especially because fish is like nowadays, the quality is never great compared to 30 years ago. The quality is never great, right? Especially if you're not buying a great fish quality. You need to be careful with that. So that's why, for example, I take omega-3, high levels of DHA and EPA. Why? Because I know that I will never have enough great amounts that I need, especially for my cognitive function, for me to reduce the levels of inflammation. I take omega-3. You guys should take, especially you guys who have insulin resistance, especially you guys, right? So remember this. This is one thing that you need to do. Plus, I told you guys already that one of the ways for you to modulate your insulin hormone that's affecting your belly fat is by being careful how you are eating your food, right? If you eat like a banana, put something to combine. Seeds, nuts, or eat like a source of protein. Do like a smoothie with protein, fat combined to avoid spiking your glucose. Remember what I told you? I will not give all the details because I said this already. Because every time that you are eating, depending on how you are eating, if you are eating a food that's isolated without protein, fat, for example, you are eating just like pure fructose, high levels of fruit, for example, mango, one example, healthy, amazing, right? But isolated in the morning, for example, you're going to spike your glucose. By consequence, your insulin hormone will spike, and that's step number one for you to create insulin resistance, resistance, and boom, the belly, you're just giving, it's all about command. You're telling your body, prioritize accumulating belly fat. That's what you're saying. So that's why you need to be careful with this way, okay? But those quick tips will help you a lot, guys. Will help you a lot with insulin hormone. Remember, let me tell you another hormone. Quick one. Let me know which subject that you guys want me to tell you in the next live, okay? I want to do more because I want to help you guys more because I'm seeing many people struggling mentally, physically, and everything that's affecting your hormones is affecting your gut microbiome and it's affecting your mindset as well, your mental health. Remember what I told you, what's happening here, it's affecting your cortisol, right? So be careful how you are thinking. I can do a live only talking about mental health. I did that already, but I can do again, but giving you extra tips. Let me see here if I'm forgetting anything, because you need to know everything. Cortisol, another thing, your thyroid. Those people who have thyroid issues, this is crucial. You know that thyroid is crucial, right? First thing, I'm seeing many women going to a doctor. Their doctors go and do a blood test. Their doctor always check their TSH and T4 hormone and never ask the T3. The T3 is the most important hormone that you need to check because the T4 will convert in T3, right? Plus, remember that 20% of your T3 is produced from your thyroid, but the rest is produced in other organs as well, in your liver and even in your gut as well, right? So you find T3 hormone in your gut, for example. That's, if you tell me, Thiago, what's the way for me to improve my thyroid? I noticed that I had thyroid issues, my levels I have hypothyroidism. I'm gonna tell you, step number one is by strengthening your gut microbiome. Everything that's affecting your gut microbiome is affecting your thyroid, right? Your T3, your T4, your TSH. Plus, one of the nutrients that is a must. If you have thyroid issues, it's a must for you. You need to consume iodine. But check this out, guys. Remember this forever. For you who have thyroid issues, if you have, that was sorry, guys.
DA Fire Services.
It's a test of the alarm. I hope you guys can hear me anyways. I think that the alarm will start for 10 seconds.
This is for testing.
If you guys can understand me, let me know because I can continue here speaking. I think the alarm will start. Hold on. Can you guys hear me if I'm talking here right now? Can you guys hear me while the alarm is on? Let me know. Can you guys hear me?
Emergency.
It's just a test. Don't worry, it's just a test. I'm gonna tell you something important.
Now, evacuate the building using the nearest fire exit.
Done. It's just a test. It's good. Check it out.
May I have your attention, please? DA Fire has now completed the sound test. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's continue. I think every 2-3 weeks they do this, but that's good. Sometimes we just it scares me, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's go to the thyroid, right? Like I was telling you guys, check this out. If you have hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, right? You can have deficiency. Guys, remember this forever. Many people don't know that. You can have deficiency of iodine or you can have excess of iodine. Can you believe that one single nutrient, iodine, you find in shellfish, in seafood, right? Seafood. Those people who eat seafood, they tend to have higher levels, great amounts of iodine. But check this out. If you're noticing that you're feeling tired and then you went to the doctor already, your doctor said that you're having your thyroid, you have hypothyroidism, or your doctor told you that you have hyperthyroidism. What does it mean? It's one possibility that you have low levels of iodine or high levels of iodine. That can create both. It's crazy. That's why you need to see. You just check it out. Check it out, all the foods that you're eating every single day. Let's say you know that you have thyroid issues, right? Check all the foods that you're eating. Check, okay, I'm eating this and that. Okay, every single day, all those foods that I'm eating, they are not great, they don't have great amounts of iodine. Maybe, in my case, I think my case is not excess of iodine because I'm never eating a lot of foods with high amounts of iodine. My problem can be, I can improve my thyroid by consuming more iodine. Can you guys, I'm giving you one tip that is powerful for you to understand your body, for you to modulate your hormones. You can improve your hormones by the way that you are thinking. And then that's why you need to check the foods that you are eating, right? That's what you should do. Okay, I'm not eating seafood a lot. I just eat like once a week. Yeah, that's it, right? And then I eat eggs, but eggs not too high in iodine. It's low. I don't consume iodized sea salt. I don't buy, every time that I buy my sea salt, I never buy with iodine together. Now, so my issue, I need to increase the intakes of my iodine for me to improve my thyroid. Can you guys understand that? Learn about your body, guys. Learn what's happening, the symptoms that you're having. So that's the reason. So if that's the problem, if you're noticing that you have deficiency of iodine, I always say this to my clients. I made a video long time ago telling this to my clients in our Facebook group, in our clients group. Simple. You can increase your iodine by buying iodized sea salt. So it's unrefined sea salt, unrefined salt. That's crucial for you. Crucial. You always need to have, right? Sea salt. It's crucial. But combined with iodine. So every time that you're doing your food, boom, 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 you're increasing the levels of iodine. Especially if you don't eat fish a lot, if you don't eat seafood a lot, right? So that's crucial for you. That's what you should do. Another nutrient all the nutrients that you need to have, zinc. Everybody, same thing. If you are not eating, I don't eat oyster. If you always check the food that you are eating. Every day, okay, I'm eating this, and that. Okay, let me check it out on Google. Let me Google here. The foods that are high in zinc. Am I eating those foods that are high in zinc? Yes or no? No, I think I'm not eating. I'm not consuming that. And I have thyroid issues. What's the sign? The sign that you should increase your zinc intake, the amounts of zinc. So that's why you need to, for example, increase you can take a supplement for some time, 15 milligrams, 30 milligrams of zinc supplement, chelate, remember that should be chelate, remember, be careful. And for sometimes 1 month to 3 months, and then go and do a blood test again, check the levels of your zinc. Do you understand that? Another nutrient that you need to have, selenium. Selenium you can find in 2 Brazil nuts per day. You have great levels of selenium. Remember, the part of your body that you find selenium the most is in your thyroid. For your thyroid to function properly, your thyroid needs selenium. It's a must. It's a must. Needs that. Okay, Thiago, so how can I increase my selenium? Brazil nuts. 2 Brazil nuts every day, boom. It's super high in selenium, Brazil nuts. All right? And remember, for some of you guys, some nutrients, you are so depleted. It's so low, too low, that food will not be enough. If you spend years depleting those nutrients, especially because you have high levels of cortisol, because cortisol depletes those nutrients as well. That's another thing. You need supplement. You need to take for some time, supplementation, selenium, zinc, you need that for some months, 1 month, 3 months, and then you do a blood test again. Can you guys understand? But if you are noticing that you can improve already today, start taking more selenium, okay? Another thing, iron. Iron is another mineral that's crucial for you who have thyroid issues, right? Most women know that. But remember, so iron always need vitamin C. So always need to be careful if you're having enough vitamin C or not. For some of you guys, your body is not digesting, your digestive system is so depleted that any food that's high in iron, high in vitamin C, your body is not digesting that anymore. And then it doesn't work. Because you can tell me, Thiago, but I'm eating a lot of iron. Foods that are high in iron. I'm eating a lot of foods that are high in zinc. I'm eating this, I'm eating that a lot, but I'm not seeing the effects. Of course, it doesn't mean, just because you are eating, it doesn't mean that your body is absorbing the nutrient. It doesn't mean that. Eating the nutrient equals absorbing the nutrient. No. You need to make sure that your body is digesting and absorbing the nutrient. Otherwise, you're just wasting time, right? That's why you need to, that's another thing I teach in my program as well, how to strengthen your digestive system, right? To reduce the inflammation, to stimulate more hydrochloric acid for your body to digest the food. Otherwise, anything that you're going to eat will not be, you're going to have just 50% of the effect because your body is not digesting and absorbing properly. Absorption is crucial. You are not what you eat. You are what you digest and absorb. Remember? You are not what you eat. You are what you digest and absorb. Otherwise, you're just wasting. You are eating here, boom, and then it's just going to your feces. You are just getting one part of the nutrients, and the whole intake you are losing because your body is struggling, right? Remember, women over 40 years old, their digestive system are not the same anymore, right? You used to eat like super fast, no issues. Now you're eating super fast, you have problems, you have bloating. Of course, your digestive system is not working well. Why? Because you're aging. That's why you can never repeat the same behavior, the same strategy, the same thing compared to 20 years ago because your body is changing. You just need, Tiago, are you telling me that there is no solution to me? No, of course I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that the solution for you is for you to change what you need to do. You can never repeat. The solution for you is for you to avoid doing the same exact thing that you used to do 20 years ago. Do you understand that? That's the reason why. And another nutrient that you need to improve your thyroid is iron. I said already, zinc, iodine, and yes, they are the most important ones for you now, right? But of course, you need all the vitamins and minerals. You need vitamin B complex. That's another vitamin that's crucial for you. The compound, the whole combination of vitamin B9, B12, B7. So they are always important, right? When we talk about hormones. When you talk about hormones, to improve your hormones, to balance your hormones, and by consequence, reduce your belly fat, you need those vitamins and minerals, okay? Be aware of what you're eating. Guys, and the last thing, check this. This is super important. There is one thing that's affecting... No, that's not the last thing. Other hormones that's affecting your belly fat is leptin and ghrelin. Leptin hormone, ghrelin hormone. The hormones responsible to make you feel full, and responsible to feel hungry all the time. Those women who are feeling hungry, I'm hungry, 6 p.m., I'm hungry. And then 10 p.m., I'm hungry. Midday, I'm hungry. So they're hungry many, many times throughout the day. Their leptin hormone and ghrelin hormone are not functioning properly. And they need to modulate that, right? One of the things for you to modulate, for example, your leptin and your ghrelin is by what? By improving your what? Your sleep. Your sleep is crucial for many, many hormones. Many. One bad sleep, one night that you slept badly, the next day your hormones are messed up already. I think like 3 days ago, we had an alarm. Remember the alarm that I had here? Like it was like 3 a.m. We had the alarm in my apartment. I woke up, my wife and me, like we woke up like crazy. We were like super concerned. Heart rate going up like crazy. And then because of that, I disturbed my sleep, right? Because I was in deep sleep. Guys, you have no idea. Because I sleep well every single day, I don't know what is a bad sleep every single time. I don't know what is that because I sleep well every single day. But that specific day, because I disturbed my sleep quality because of the alarm, 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. The next day, I felt like a zombie. It was terrible. The worst experience that I could have. I was not functioning properly, brain fog, laziness, not working properly, extremely lethargic. And then I started thinking with myself, my God, how people can live for months, for years, having a bad sleep every single day. If I felt terrible only one day, I never sleep bad. Only one day because of this, I felt terrible, destroyed, a zombie. My whole day was terrible. Imagine people who are struggling to sleep every single time, every single day. Especially women who are in postmenopause because of their hormones. Because estrogen, because progesterone affect their sleep as well. Hot flashes, when you are having hot flashes throughout the night. And the worst situation is because those women, they are adapted already. Our body is so incredible that it's so crazy as well at the same time. It's so complex that our body adapts. The way that you're feeling always sad, lethargic, and bad because you're not sleeping well, you feel adapted. It's like a routine. That bad feeling is a routine for many, many women. Many, including, that can be for you guys as well, right? That you are living that way. That's why, guys, it doesn't make sense you try to improve all your hormones. I'm gonna try to take this pill. I'm gonna try to go to the doctor, I'm gonna try to take progesterone. That's why it's a huge mistake. That's why it's the wrong way for you to focus on. Because you're focusing on one direction, you are trying to lose your belly fat, someone gave to you a restrictive diet, a crazy diet. This diet was not focused on improve your hormones, improve your gut microbiome, improve your sleep, improve your stress. This diet that you are following is just a crazy diet that with almost zero carbs, no sugar, right? High levels of protein, and that's it. It's not thinking about the symptoms that you're having. It's not thinking about the bloating, the constipation that you're having, the high levels of stress. That's why you are feeling frustrated. That's why the belly is never getting smaller. Because when you're focusing on strategy, on diets, on strategy that always focus on calories, on macronutrients, but it's not focusing on all the things that's affecting your hormones, all the things that are affecting your gut microbiome and more inflammation. That's why those programs out there, they never work long term, because you feel frustrated because of that. Do you know what I mean? That's why, for example, we have in the program, in our program, the sleep protocol. Because all our clients should learn how to sleep better. All our clients, they need, because for you to improve your sleep, to sleep really well, to achieve the delta level, and to have more REM sleep, like rapid eyes movement, right? When you are dreaming, for you to have more of that every single day, and by consequence, improve all your hormones. I'm gonna repeat again, all your hormones. When you sleep well, you improve all your hormones, especially to lose belly fat. For you to do this, you need to learn, all my clients, they need to learn. Why? Because you don't change your circadian rhythm, your biological clock in one single day. If you spent 10 years disturbing your sleep, or 1 year disturbing your sleep, you need some time to improve your sleep, right? You can never expect that you spend like 5 years having a bad, always all the things that you did, even here in your mind, everything that you did, literally, you destroyed your sleep quality. You can never expect that you're gonna change your sleep cycle in 1 day or 2 days, right? So it's literally affecting all your hormones, literally, right? Do you know, I'm gonna tell you an interesting thing. Did you know that your bacteria, the group of bacteria changes throughout the day? The group of bacteria are not the same compared to when you wake up and in the evening. Did you know that? Why? Because of circadian rhythm, because of your biological clock. Just for you to understand that all the chemical reactions happening in your body are affected every single time, every single second from your circadian rhythm. And what's the time that are more important to regulate that circadian rhythm? Your sleep, right? So that's why I teach that. We have the sleep protocol in our program as well, because I always think holistically, right? Everything that's affecting your body, in your mind, you need to focus on, you need to adjust. If you do like something like, low carb, no sugar, more protein, boom, suck it up, and that's it, you know what's gonna happen, right? Even if you lose weight, you know what's gonna happen after 1 year. Frustration again, in the belly, you just give up, you lose motivation, you criticize yourself, the cortisol spikes, the belly, boom, gets bigger. And then you keep living that vicious circle. Do you understand that? So that's why you guys should be careful with. Another thing, guys, let me see if I forgot anything. Hold on. I'm gonna tell, I don't want to forget anything. Yes, and then another thing as well. So I can give you quick tips for you to improve your sleep, okay? Remember that if you do, for example, if you eat earlier, if you avoid spike your glucose and your insulin after 6 p.m., between 6 p.m. 7 p.m., you stop eating, and then you are eating foods that will not spike your insulin, you're doing two benefits to your body. You're gonna modulate your insulin hormone, you're gonna stimulate your body to produce more melatonin hormone, and then you're gonna improve your sleep, right? By having the avoiding bright light after 6 p.m., by turning off all the lights that you can turn off in your room after 6 p.m., you are giving the command to your body saying, body, it's time to reduce my cortisol. Remember, the hormone that will deplete all the other hormones. So reduce my cortisol, body, because I'm turning off all the light here in my room. And it's time to produce more melatonin. And it's time to release more GABA, the neurotransmitter GABA, that will help me to sleep better, to sleep deep. Guys, when you talk about sleep, to improve all your hormones, for you to lose more weight, we talk about sleep since in the morning, since when you wake up. When you wake up, you need to prepare your body for your sleep. Why? Because of the spike of the cortisol. If you have those women who are waking up in the middle of the night, they tend to have high levels of cortisol. They tend to have high levels of cortisol throughout the day. Some women, their problem is not because they struggle to go to bed and sleep. They are producing enough melatonin and GABA. Their problem is because they are stressed out, they are spiking their cortisol throughout the day, and then they wake up in the middle of the night, and then they struggle to go back and sleep again. They spend like 30 minutes, 1 hour trying to go back and sleep again, right? So that's why you need to go step by step. That's one solution that you need to do to improve your sleep, okay? Like I told you. Another thing that you can do as well to improve your sleep is cooling the place, right? Uncover the mattress. You can put, like, if you don't have like a air conditioner, so like just put like a fan close to you. When your mattress is colder, low temperature, helps your body to reduce the brain waves, right? So you have the brain waves, right? Like you have the beta, alpha, beta, theta, and delta. You have gamma as well, like that's the first one. But then the brain waves in your brain start reducing, right? Alpha, beta, theta, and then delta. And then now you are deep sleep. You're in deep sleep. And then you're having a REM cycle. For you to stimulate to do this, you need there are many things, remember. I teach that in my program. But one of the things is by cooling the place. Cold. The colder the better for you to sleep faster. Okay? That's another thing that you need to do. So be aware of how's the temperature of the room for you to sleep. Especially women who are in postmenopause. Okay? So, but remember, those foods help with hot flashes as well. Remember the foods that I told you at the beginning? They help with hot flashes. So if you have hot flashes, you need to increase those foods that I told you guys. Okay? At the beginning of the live. Yes, guys, that's it. So remember, all the hormones that affect your belly fat, your weight gain, they are produced in your gut microbiome as well. That's why, since at the beginning, I told you guys, if you want to improve all your hormones like at once, because that's the problem, you focus on one hormone. I'm gonna try to improve that hormone, and then you take pill, or you take a supplement that someone told you, right? For example, even that I told you at the beginning, you start, okay, I want to improve my estrogen, and I want to improve my testosterone. I'm gonna take DHEA supplement because everybody says that's great for me to increase my estrogen hormone and testosterone hormone that can help me to lose more weight. And then you are focusing on one thing, actually in two hormones, right? But in one thing, and then you think in your mind, that's a problem. People feel frustrated. They think that one supplement, one thing will solve all the issues. But that's the wrong way. You are just reversing the strategy. For you to affect much faster all your hormones is by what? By focusing on your gut microbiome, by focusing on your sleep, by focusing on reducing your cortisol. Because this is smart, right? Because by doing one strategy, you can affect, boom, many other hormones. Instead of just focusing on one supplement that you think that you solve that. Can you guys understand that? That's super important for you guys to understand. Guys, instead of I tell you, okay, do this, and that, but if you don't understand what's happening in your body, how your hormones are affected, like remember what I told about washing the dishes? That even doing this, you are increasing your synthetic estrogen in your body, and then you are creating that estrogen dominance, and because of that, you are creating hormonal imbalance. Remember that? So you guys should understand what's happening in your body. That's the reason, step number one for you to succeed and balance your hormones and reduce the belly fat. Okay, let's go to the questions. Let's see. Okay. Questions. Let me see here. Sister. Check it out. Cristina Teixeira, one of our clients. Since starting your program, my hot flashes have reduced greatly. Guys, that's it. Because we focus on the right thing first, right? You guys should do the same. You guys should focus on the first thing, the foundation. If you don't focus on the foundation first, if you just focus, okay, I'm gonna just stop having sugar. I'm gonna stop eating sugar. I'm gonna just reduce my carb intake. If you think that will solve the issue, you're gonna feel super frustrated because you're gonna lose weight and then the weight will come back again. Pandemic, right? Pandemic or lockdown or any problem that will be the trigger, boom, the weight gain back again because you didn't create the foundation. Questions, guys. What foods do you eat to reduce? Okay. What foods do you eat to reduce menopause. So it's like I told you, Rosie. So check it out, the beginning of this live, I told you how to balance your hormones once you're in postmenopause. That's going to be crucial. You need to learn because I said many things. So go to once I finish here, you go back and then you check the foods and how to modulate and balance your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone. Okay, that's crucial. Who else, guys? Questions. Tell me, any doubt? Okay. So they work the good first? Yeah, so another question. So do I work on the gut first? How? Then I add supplements. How? Yeah, so the how we need to do a live because it's step by step. So to summarize here, remember what I told you, that you improve your gut microbiome first. You reduce the inflammation while you strengthen your gut, right? And then after that, you start strengthening the bacteria in your gut, like taking probiotics and prebiotics combined, but the right order. You need to include the cruciferous. After that, like more high FODMAP food that are cruciferous. After that, after your digestive system is working better, I'm just summarizing here because I teach that in my program. In my program, I do the step by step. You learn the step by step. Okay, now we are going to do this. Okay, now you are going to do that. And then while you are strengthening your gut and reduce the inflammation, you are learning how to improve your sleep. You are learning how to control your stress, right? You are learning which supplements that you need for your situation because each person will react differently, right? Some people have problems with their cortisol, but other people, they don't have problems in their cortisol. They have problems in their thyroid. So the strategy will be different, right? Other people, they don't have problems in their thyroid, they don't have issues in their cortisol, but they have issues, they have digestive issues. So that's another problem, right? So what does it mean? It means that the strategy should be different, right? So that's why, guys, you are unique. Until you understand, if you don't understand that, you're gonna keep frustrated, right? Thinking that one supplement will solve everything. Because each person has a different issues. Why? Because you accumulated inflammation in different levels compared to your friend. You look at your friend and say, my friend, I don't understand her. She's losing weight. We are eating the same food, or even with your sister. My sister eats the same food that I eat. I don't understand. She loses weight, I don't lose weight. But of course, the group of bacteria that you have in your gut is completely different to the group in the levels of bacteria that she has in her gut. Remember that we are just a place, we are just an environment in a world that's happening inside you. You have trillions of bacteria and viruses and fungi inside you. And they're living, that's their world. You are just like you're just a human body, right? You are the human body, and inside you, there are many things alive. Right? Many things alive and living inside you, and you are not noticing that. So your ecosystem, all the bacteria, all the microorganisms, is completely different to your sister. It's completely different to your friend. Can you guys understand that? So that's the difference. Even if you have the same age of your sister, even if you eat the same food, just because, let's suppose you are eating a broccoli right now. You're eating one broccoli right now. And I'm eating a broccoli as well right now. The reactions that my body will have with this broccoli will be completely different to the reaction that your body will have with the broccoli that you are eating. Even if it's the same amount, the same thing, even if we are treating the same exact numbers, completely different reactions, guys. That's why you are not what you eat. You are what you digest and absorb. It's deep, guys. This is deep. Do you understand that? And imagine what you are thinking. Your sister is more a positive person. Your sister always focuses on the solution. Your sister never focuses on the problem. And you focus on the problem instead of the solution. You overthink the problems. Your sister doesn't overthink the problems. Your sister is fine. Your sister, that's fine. What's happening? Everything is in your mind, everything that's happening. You are releasing chemical reactions for good, for you to feel better, for you to feel worse. You are giving signals, you are giving the message to your gut microbiome every time that you are thinking. If your sister thinks differently compared to you, you guys will have different results. Your weight loss, I'm talking about weight loss, remember. You're gonna have different results compared to your sister only because of the way that you're thinking. Can you guys understand how deep that is? Remember that everything all the strategies that you need to do for you to lose belly fat, everything that you need to stay in a caloric deficit, right? The question is not that. The question is because everybody thinks only about that. That's the problem. Everybody thinks, okay, everybody says that eating less, moving more. They always need to do this. But the problem is because this is not enough. Especially nowadays. 100 years ago, that was a solution for many people. But nowadays, that's not enough. Eating less, moving more is not enough. Why? Because of our crazy life, guys. Radiation is higher. We are using phone all the time. So I'm talking to you here. I have here the Wi-Fi. I'm having a lot of radiation around me. That's my body is absorbing toxins just because of that radiation that I'm having here. I'm talking to you. We didn't have that 100 years ago. Do you understand that? So that's why moving more, eating less is not enough. This is one part of the problem that you need to solve. Do you understand that? So that's why the detergent, right? All the chemical compounds that's touching your body, right? The radiation around you. You are spending 1 month without putting your foot in the grass. You're not shifting the electrons from the earth to your body. You're not shifting the electrons. It means that you're accumulating more radiation, right? And because of that, your body is accumulating more inflammation. And because of that, your body is struggling to detoxify the toxins, including your excess of estrogen. Remember? Including your excess of estrogen. And then you're creating even more hormonal imbalance because of that. So everything that you are living is completely different to 100 years ago. So that's why you guys need to go deeper. Okay? Questions. Hold on. Guys, totally, yeah, and all the chemical in our products nowadays. Yes. We have many products that you guys should be aware. The preservatives, all the pesticides that you need to be careful, GMO, everything, guys. You need to be super aware because all of them are affecting your hormones, okay? All of them. Okay. Who else? This test we should have our doctor run in order to check on these different hormone levels to have loose belly fat. Okay, Shelly asks, are there certain tests we should have our doctor run in order to check on these different hormone levels to help lose belly fat? Yes. Everybody, all my clients who join my program, they see the list of all the exams that they need to do. It's optional, anyways. But they always know why. Because if you go to your doctor will just ask the basics, right? The basics, it's gonna just order basic exams. I was never understanding why they did that, but I noticed that there is like a rule in medicine field. There is a rule. It looks like they cannot order many other things because of the plan, right? Because, for example, people who have Medicare, people who have they don't pay for their blood tests, there is a range of exams that they cannot ask more, right? That's the problem. And that's why, if I were you guys, at least once a year, I would do a private blood test, You can Google in your city or in your country, because I have people everywhere. You can check private labs that you can choose the exams for you to see, right? And you can even go with the exams. You go to your doctor, you ask, doctor, I need to see all the details of that. Tell me everything that I need to see. First of all, you need to go to a great doctor. Otherwise, the doctor will ask you just the basic things. But go to a great doctor. He will tell you all the things, a comprehensive blood test. You're going to get that, and then you are going to pay. Of course, it's going to be expensive. You need to know that. But once a year, guys, nothing is more important than your health. If you find that your car for you to buy next week is more important than your health, so that's your mindset. So that's going to be the issue that you're going to live forever with your health. If you think that buying something, even your house, anything is more important than your health, I don't have this concept. My mindset is completely different. Everything that's related to my health, I invest a lot. I invest a lot, okay? Because it's my health. What's more important than that? My life, my body, my physical health, my mental health, my emotional health, my spiritual health. Nothing is more important than that. But I know that most of you guys still have this concept of, okay, no, I'm gonna wait here, instead of buying this, instead of investing in my health, I'm gonna buy a car. I'm gonna pay this instead. I'm gonna buy this makeup. I'm gonna cut my hair. It's all about priorities. So we deserve based on the choices that we make, right? It's all about consequence. The choice that you're making is just, it's gonna help, it's gonna happen always a consequence for that, right? It's all about choices. But in my case, I'm doing genetic testing. Everything related to my health, I invest, and I invest a lot, not a little bit, a lot, okay? Because my health, what's more important? A laptop is more important than that. A phone for me to buy that's $2,000, that's more important than my health? Of course not. I will never prioritize buying my phone, a new phone first, instead of investing in my body. Doesn't make any sense to me, but people focus on status, right? It's all about like to release dopamine in your body because you need, I need a new phone. I need to buy makeup. I need to buy a cream, a t-shirt, a dress. Big illusion. It's just living on autopilot, having that illusion, living that bubble of priorities, the wrong priorities. And they feel sad, and they don't know why. They feel frustrated, they feel really like have zero motivation, they don't know why. They try to help their partner, they try to help their children, they don't know what's going on. Of course, I tell you in advance, because you're prioritizing buying a phone, you're prioritizing buying a laptop, buying other things that is never more important than your health. Do you know what I mean? It's all about, you shift your mindset, okay? Shift that. That's super important. My clients, they have a list of all the comprehensive blood tests that if they need to check, they have available to them. But remember, blood test is super, super important, but there is one thing that's more important than that. It will be the symptoms that you're having. Remember what I told you, how to adjust your food and how to adjust everything based on the way that your body is showing you. The bloating that you're having, the high levels of stress, the poor sleep, the hot flashes, all the symptoms, your body is telling you. You need to focus on those symptoms. And then always adjust your food, adjust your workouts, adjust all the mental health strategy around that.